Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a Q&A video. I put out a few posts on social media over the past few weeks asking the question of, getting you guys to tell me what you want to know, any questions you have in regards to health and fitness, nutrition, training, supplementation. I got a pretty good response, a few comments on social media, but a lot of emails. I've also put together a few questions that I get fairly regularly that I thought I'd answer today to try and help you guys out. So we'll get into it. The first question I have today is, what type of protein should I be using, or what's the best protein? Now, for starters, I want to go over the fact that protein is a macronutrient. For you to get to your protein intake, it doesn't matter whether you get your protein, from a protein powder or from whole food, nutrient dense, lean proteins, or protein bars, whatever it may be. That just all adds together to get your protein intake for the day. So, for example, I need to hit 220 grams of protein per day. Most days, I will have probably one shake just to help me try and get my protein up, and that's a whey protein shake, and that's simply because it has low carbs and low fats. So that means it doesn't take too much from my other macros, but it does help me reach my protein intake. Whereas other days I might have, 3 solid protein meals, so lean meats, and I might have a Quest bar during the day. I'm getting protein as a kind of like a byproduct from other foods such as almonds and whatnot. So you don't have to have a protein powder. There's nothing magical about a protein powder that's going to make you any better off than whether you were eating all your protein coming from food or like I said, byproducts from other foods. So in answer to the question, the best protein in my opinion would be a whey protein, simply because it has low carbs, low fats, good quality protein if you're buying a good brand, and it will help you reach your protein goal without off-putting your carbs and fats by too much. Next question, should I use creatine while cutting? So this question I get fairly regularly, I guess, more so from people that have been lifting for a fair while and are taking their training and nutrition pretty seriously. And my answer to that is, you should use creatine while cutting if you've been using it in your growing phase, your bulk. So what creatine does is drive water to the muscle, so it holds water in the muscle, not under the skin, in the muscle. And that creates that effect of looking a lot fuller. In saying that, if you're tracking your progress while you're cutting, going off the scales, an average weight per week or whatnot, if you introduce creatine throughout the cut and you haven't been doing it in your bulk, then the scales will probably go up a little bit because you'll be holding a little bit of water. So that may off-put your weigh-ins, and that may be something that you're not wanting to do, or it does make it a little bit hard to kind of track whether you've lost weight or in terms of fat that week or what the go is. But in general, I would definitely advise everybody who's cutting to use creatine, because it will aid in you keeping your strength while you do your cut, which will lead to maintaining more muscle mass, which is exactly what you want. So if you've been using creatine before you start your cut, yes. If you haven't been using creatine and you're just starting your cut, I would still say yes, but just know that the scales may be altered a little bit due to holding a little bit of extra water weight. Next question, how should I grow my chest? Okay guys, so to grow a muscle, for starters, if you're a natural athlete, you need to be in a calorie surplus. Unless you're a newbie, unless you're someone that hasn't trained for a long time but used to have that muscle mass and you've got that muscle memory and you're just coming back to training, then you could probably afford to be in a calorie deficit and still put on size. But to grow any muscle, you need to be in a calorie surplus. You need to be taking in more energy than you're burning, and you also need to be progressively overloading in the gym. Whether that be more reps, more sets, doing the reps easier, doing the sets easier, or adding more weight, which is probably the most common way of progressively overloading. So regardless whether it's your chest, your lats, your triceps, biceps, legs, calves, whatever it may be, even abs, you need to be progressively overloading in the gym, so doing more over a period of time. And if you're a natural athlete, you do need to be in a calorie surplus. As I said, there is the exception, but for most people, you need to be eating more than you're burning to help grow that muscle, build that muscle. So to help grow your chest, I suggest you pick 1 or 2 compound exercises that you're progressively overloading in over time. whether that be bench press, incline bench, decline, dumbbell press, whatever it may be. Also, you want to get your volume from your isolation exercises such as flies, even push-ups, whatever that may be, whatever your isolation or secondary accessory exercise may be. As long as you're progressing over time and you're in a calorie surplus, you will build muscle. How do I start up a YouTube channel is the next question. And this might be something that I cover in a video by itself another day. But to be perfectly honest, guys, I started my channel. My channel still isn't huge, and by any means, it's not even really big. But from the feedback I've got, I've been able to help other people, which is the sole purpose why I started the channel. And to be honest, guys, how I started my channel is simply signing up to YouTube and start putting up videos. I had no real plan of attack, I guess. I did have a list of videos I wanted to put on my channel, videos that I thought would help other people. I had already been watching a lot of fitness channels on YouTube, such as The Online Coach, Christian Guzman, Tim Rodriguez, a number of other channels. So, but I just started putting videos up on topics that I thought would help other people, and that's what's helped grow my channel, and I believe that's what's going to continue to help growing my channel. And another thing is just consistent videos. Get content out there. Get more and more content out there. The more videos you have, the more likely people are going to want to come back to your page. If you put one video on and then you never put another video on for 12 months, why would someone subscribe to your channel? So, like I said, I want to make another video outlining kind of the best way to go about starting a YouTube channel and the steps you should take, your target audience, how you should set up your videos, what equipment and all that stuff you should use. But in brief, just start the channel, start putting videos up, and you'll learn along the way. Take notes from other channels that are doing well, and you'll be fine. Next question is the importance of insulin while cutting, so for fat loss. So I actually went to a seminar with Alan Aragon early last year, and he showed us a study that was done on spiking insulin post-workout. So the anabolic window, which most people are led to believe, try and get your protein and fast-acting carbs in within 30 minutes or whatever. The anabolic window, if you don't get it in, then the workout's a waste. It's just a complete myth, guys. The study that Alan showed us actually showed that the difference in your insulin spike from one subject just having whey protein and the other one having whey protein along with high glycemic carbs, along with also low GI carbs as well, the insulin spike was no different between just protein or protein and carbs. And to say that if you don't get your protein in or you don't get your carbs in within 30 minutes or 45 minutes or whatever it is, and you're not going to get the results, that's nonsense, guys. You don't need to go about that. But obviously some people are more sensitive to carbs than others, and they don't respond as well. You just need to find what works for you. But if this question refers to the anabolic window or worrying about getting in high GI carbs post-workout, then it's really irrelevant. You have your carb intake for the day, your protein, your fats. You want to hit your fiber intake for the day. The main thing, guys, is to make sure you're hitting those targets consistently, whether you're in a deficit or a surplus. All this meal timing, carb timing, all that stuff, it's really minute details, and it's not going to make too much of a difference. If you want to make progress, stick to the basics, hit your macros, hit your calories, eat in a deficit or a surplus depending on your goals, and you will progress.